Yo, I'm Matt.
And I'm Joel, and we're FringeCraft.
Today we're going to be watching a video. Joe asked former CIA agent Mike Baker about UFOs. And before we go on, I want to say I believe it's CIA officer, and the FBI has agents. So CIA officer, FBI agent.
Okay, I didn't know that. But
All right. Before we go on and watch the video, we'd just like to ask you to like and subscribe and leave a comment about,
UFOs
or the CIA or FBI or what do you
How
think?
much you like this, even?
Yeah, exactly. What do you think? Anything. Just say hello. All right. Let's get into the video.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
What did you think about when they attached in the COVID relief bill 180 days for the CIA to release all the information they have about the UFOs? Did you see that?
It's one of the things I love about this. It's just,
We can go from
it's
there.
like, oh my God. It's
Yeah, we
fantastic.
can't be taken seriously that way.
Yeah.
the best.
No. But I will say this. I tell people this all the time. They say, why is it so entertaining? I say, because he's curious about everything. He's genuinely curious about everything. And it's a good question. Look, I'm happy that when it comes to UFOs, there's a lot of things that the agency needs to keep, off the radar, right? For sources and methods, right? It's a need-to-know issue. And frankly, again, going back to what's in the U.S. best interest, for that day when China decides to release all of their intel operations and information, then great. Maybe it's time for us to be transparent. But that's not the way the world works.
Do you think that's what it is? A lot of it is just secret programs, defense vehicles.
Well, no. What I'm saying is in terms of the UFO thing, a great portion of it is. Yeah, a great portion of it is
50%.
Oh, now the 47% actually, but don't
What
tell
do you
anybody I
think?
said that. That's well known inside the community. I think it's good because I think it's for the same reason the Pentagon released the information about ATIP, about the Advanced Aeronautical Threat Identification Program. I think it's actually good. There's no reason why we shouldn't, unless you are talking about developmental aircraft as an example, right? Which is important because whether you're talking about hypersonic aircraft or missiles or whatever it is, there's some stuff that needs to be kept off the radar screen because there is a tremendous competition going on right now particularly for things like control of space.
He's giving off major dad vibes.
Dude, this guy's super smart.
Yeah.
I can tell.
But he, I believe what he's saying here is, if there's some kind of advanced capability that is being, I guess, kept secret, we don't need to be giving it away to our enemies or giving it publicly. And by our enemies, I mean, United States doesn't need to be giving this information out.
Dude, I'm surprised he says much he has.
Yeah, well, we covered this exact topic in a previous video, that there's a 180-day deadline and it's coming up in June. So we'll see, we'll know by June exactly what happens with this whole situation. And I'm thinking that we'll at least get a little more indication of what's going on than we have now, which is, we don't really get anything from the government. So
there's no confirmation of anything.
We'll get something, right?
No.
That's okay.
We'll
I think that's part of what he's trying to say here. So we'll see. Let's see.
That's going to be a huge issue, right?
Yeah.
Because the weaponization of space. For a long time, people were thinking, space, it's a great exploration and it's good for mankind. But frankly, there is a race to figure out how to weaponize space. And so, as an example of what we're talking about, the idea of just saying, we're going to open the books as a country and reveal all our information about developmental aircraft as an example, that's the wrong move, right?
But do you think there are any credible stories, whether it's from Commander David Fravor, who saw that Tic Tac vehicle off the coast of San Diego, or whatever video?
Yeah. If I had to point to one, I would say Fravor.
Yeah.
I would say without a doubt, I'd say the one that, if I were somebody who's looking for some redemption, because I've been beating the drum about UFOs and nobody's ever believed me, they always roll their eyes, I would say the one thing that would give them comfort would be the incident with Commander Fravor and that sighting. That's one that I have yet to see an explanation for that makes any sense.
Well, not only that, there was they tracked it.
Yeah.
Like there's and then also it blocked their radar systems, which is an act of war. It actively jammed radar systems. It's not simple as like they saw something, they didn't know what it was. Like they tracked this thing going from I think it was close to 80,000 feet above sea level to one
right down. Yeah.
in 1 second.
Yeah. No signs of propulsion.
Yeah.
No heat signatures. Nothing. Right. And it was a. Yeah, it's one of those things you look at and you go, okay. And look, the ATIP program made sense in the sense that, you know, if a nation is out there, if the Chinese are out there, or the Russians, or whomever, and they're developing propulsion capability that we don't know about, then yeah, we should have a mechanism within the Pentagon, within the intel community, to understand what that is. Let's research it. Let's investigate, right? And so, oftentimes, you know, they come to a logical conclusion. The Fravor incident, I have yet to see any information that explains it, right? So that to me, and also, as you pointed out, the way that it was tracked, the verification of it from very credible, individuals, that to me is like the prime example.
And they have video footage of this thing too.
Yes,
and then on top of that,
they have gun camera footage. It's incredible.
Yeah, and the Nimitz saying that these things are fairly common, that they're seeing them every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They were seeing them, and you know, when Fravor's like, "Hey guys, what the fuck is this?" and they're like, "Yeah, you see it?
Yeah,
we've been seeing these things."
And there's no upside for somebody like that, a very well-respected, you know, aviator with great experience. There's no upside for these guys to come forward, right? In fact, there's pressure to not.
That's a good point, actually. That, like, do you really want to be like, "Yo, I saw a UFO out there"? When you're...
I completely agree. It makes you look a lot less credible if you get refuted really quickly. And I think this is a case of a video that we should cover. We haven't covered it yet. It's pretty well known.
It's monumental.
It's definitely one that is important because I believe our government released it, so it's something that we can cover. That it's like, this is officially released by the military as something they're basically saying, yes, this did happen, and yes, this is from one of our planes. And I don't know if they have brought up that it's there's radar of what's going on, but I believe that the story is they track it on radar, and that it not just on the flare cameras, which is one way it was caught, but it was caught on radar, and it's doing things on both that seem physically impossible with the capabilities that we have right now. And I think that this is, like he's saying, he seems to believe that this is some incident which is not really explainable. At least nobody's come up with a good explanation yet. And
that he has seen.
Yeah, that he's seen. But I don't think anybody's seen it, because if someone came up with a good explanation, it would probably be, it would probably be used to consistently refute what has been shown.
Or need to know. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Because it's not necessarily good for your career, right? To come in and say, I think our something my fault. Right?
What do you think is going on?
I don't know. We've talked about that before. I'm not,
I'm trying to get the right answer out of you. I keep asking it until you forget what you said before.
Yeah, I know, right? You forgot about the damn bet. I shouldn't have opened my mouth. I know. People will go back to that, though. They would have called me out. If Trump comes back and runs, they would have said, oh, you owe him $1,000.
Can't wait to get that fucking Screaming Eagle in here that I'm going to buy.
I'm going to I'll buy it for you with the money, and I'll put a little plaque on there to say where it came from.
Big bronze eagle.
I know, big. Oh, God. I've got one. I gave a speech one time up for a Veterans Day event, and it was very kind. They gave me this big eagle. I keep it in my office now. It's fantastic. I keep it in the background when I do news segments from my office, and it's like perched over my shoulder. Nice. And you got to have one in here. Anyway, I don't know.
You think about it at all?
Yeah, I do. In the terms of and like I said, with Black Files Declassified coming up, I just got another plug-in. We're going to do an episode.
That's on the Discovery Channel, isn't it?
It is on Discovery Channel, and you know what? You can see the entire first season on Discovery Plus.
What a plug!
I think it's foolish to discount these things, because there's so much we don't know, right? So, and the idea of thinking that somehow we're the only credible life forms out there, I think is ridiculous. So, I think there's a high possibility that that there's Yes, I do think that, but at the same time, then I also question sort of the way that's great. If some alien life force with amazing technology that we can't even fathom right now comes to visit us, then what the hell are they doing? Are they just sort of like watching us just for the entertainment value? Or so I'm always puzzled by that part. Like, the idea that, I don't know.
Well, they probably want to observe, but they don't want to interfere.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably, if they're super advanced, they probably realize there's a process that intelligent life goes through, where there's stages of their evolutionary development in terms of use of technology, understanding of each other, mitigation of war and conflict, and then ultimately entrance into the Galactic Federation.
Hell yeah.
Catch new episode.
Dude. Well, I hope Joe Rogan is right.
I kind of agree with what he's saying there, but at the same time, like, let's go off some movies here. Like, you look at Aliens, we were just talking about that, and Alien versus Predator, and the idea of a galactic federation. Like, the Predator are more tribal of a society than humans are. They just have significantly more advanced weaponry, and one of the things that they do based on their traditions is like hunt other species and basically like prove their dominance in the hunt and become
the predator.
They become, I don't want to say a man, but they are mature when they get like a prime target, when they hunt something to success and are the victor, and then they keep a trophy of it. So, there could be, it doesn't all have to be galactic federations and
dude, that's
advanced stuff.
That Israeli Space Defense Force guy says there's a galactic federation. I mean, like, the thing is, I can believe it. Like, that's where I am about it.
Can't refute it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I could see it as plausible. I don't know. That kind of ended perfectly, though.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to cover David Fravor and, that whole incident. And
yeah, in another video, yeah, for sure. You guys should check that one out and check this video and the Joe Rogan Experience channel out as well.
Yeah. Always enjoy, like, listening to his conversations about aliens and UFOs and different various things. And again, this was with Mike Baker, and it says former CIA agent. From my understanding, again, I think they have officers in the CIA, though they may have agents. Maybe I'm getting this off, but anyway. All right, well, that's all I have to add to this. You have anything?
I got. Yeah, leave a comment below, like and subscribe.
All right.
That's all.
Well, I've been Matt.
And I'm Joel.
And we're FringeCraft. Later.
Peace, guys.